Hey, this is Josh Tyler with RushTv. We are at the United Soccer Coaches Convention. We've got a lot of cool things going on. We're in the exhibit hall right now. We're getting ready to sit down with Justin Miller, who is the director of Rush Select, which is one of our coolest programs. He has a couple of announcements that's going to be announced for the first time on RushTv. So we're going to sit down with Justin Miller with Rush Select.
Josh, it is an honor to be here.
Man, is the man, the myth, the legend of Justin Miller. And
Josh, is it true this is the first episode?
Right? Yes, it is the first episode that we're recording. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. You look good, man. I love the jacket.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
I stole this from a colleague, John Salvatore. Thank you for letting me borrow it. I'm sure you're out there in the cold. I hope you're warm.
How long have you been with Rush Soccer?
Geez, I feel like I've been with Rush Soccer for a while now.
Yeah.
I used to play with the club back in the day. I think I joined the Rush when I was a U14 player.
Okay.
Colorado Rush.
So U14, why did you go? Where were you? What other club were you with?
I was with a club that was called Littleton United.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hated losing to Colorado Rush every freaking year, so you can't beat them, join them, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I moved over and joined the Rush.
So you moved over so you could win.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
a special club.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. That's back when we were Nike, I think, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Could play better.
It's much better. Yeah. We got our own blue now, but and who was your coach?
His name was Eric Boucher, and lucky enough to get some coaching from Tim Schultz as well.
Man, I've never seen Tim coach, but I've heard he's incredible.
Yeah, he's a good teacher of the game.
Yeah.
He's good.
That's neat, though, to be able to play for Tim. Very few people can say they played for Tim. Like you and Lindsey Hiran. So you can put yourself in that same category.
Right. I just won a World Cup, if you guys were wondering.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's by default that you guys are cosmically connected.
Exactly.
She needs to give you that trophy. That's rightfully yours.
Let's email her.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we talk about Rush Select. There's it's reloaded. How long have you been the director of Rush Select?
I just got the opportunity to be the director for the Rush Select program last year.
Okay.
So this will be year number 2.
Year number 2. So we have Rush Select Reloaded. So let's talk about what Reloaded is.
No, Reloaded is we went to a regional and a national format. Previously, the players would go in for an ID process into Arizona, and we changed the identification process this year to go to regional format. We have 4 regions. We split the country into 4s.
Okay.
Northeast, South, Midwest, and the West.
Okay.
So now players can go to what we call centers to be identified to make Rush Select regional teams. And then we're going to compete in a competition regionally. The best performers from the regional teams will then be selected for national teams and compete at a national level. So it's changed from just a national format to both regional and national format.
And what are the age groups for Rush Select regionally and nationally?
So for Rush Select in general, in the totality of the program is U13 to U18. Regional, we do U13, U14, and U15.
Okay.
And then national is 16 to 18.
Okay.
So regional, U13 through 15, and then national is U16 through 18.
So you talk about the identification process. How does that look, and how does one of our Rush kids get identified or kind of get noticed for Rush Select?
So a player, when they want to get involved in the Rush Select program, the first step is to attend one of the centers. And like I said, they're regional. They're going to go with, geez, that's loud, Josh.
Yeah, man.
The player comes to a center.
Yeah.
He or she, they come with their team to a center. And if you can't come with your team, you can sign up as an individual.
Okay.
But you go to one of the centers, you play in basically a preseason tournament. All the centers are in July.
Okay.
Check RushSelect.com for the details.
RushSelect.com. Are they all the same weekend?
No, very similar. The end of July, last 2 weeks of July.
So if you couldn't make, if I'm in St. Louis for the Midwest and I couldn't make that weekend, could I go to another location?
100%.
Okay.
Come on out.
Okay.
So you come with yourself, but ideally with your team. And the team plays in the excellent preseason event, get ready for the local level season. And then the ones that perform the best are then identified and selected to make a regional team for Rush Select.
And what's some of the criteria and selection What are they looking for?
I mean, we're just looking for players that are ready to perform, play.
Yeah.
If you're a defender, defend hard. If you're a midfielder, pass well, keep the ball. If you're a forward, score goals. Just the best performers on the team.
So, where do the regional select teams? Who do they play? What do they do? Do they go to tournaments? What's that process?
So the centers, I'll go through the locations real quick.
Okay.
At the U13 age group, they do RushFest, and RushFest is my favorite program. It's a ton of fun. If any of the players watching this or the families watching this have been, it's an incredible time. All the U13 players are going to go to Denver for RushFest, and then they get identified for Rush Select there. For U14 and U15, their center is regionalized, and it's in the Midwest, it's going to be in Chicago. In the South, it's AUM, Auburn, and Alabama. In the West, it's Regis University in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, beautiful campus.
Yeah. And in the Northeast, it's Berkshire, Massachusetts.
Okay.
So they go to the center. Once they go to the center in those locations, they get identified to make a team. And this is the first time we're going to do this as well. It's going to be very fun. We're going to take all of the players that made a regional team, and they're going to play each other at one central Rush ran event. It's going to be very incredible.
Nice. And
so we'll have
do
all the.
Do you have a location set for that?
We do. It's somewhere you're familiar with.
Yeah.
Take a guess.
Take a guess. Well, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to guess St. Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
That's,
nice.
You're from there, so you cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Missouri. We're going to do it in Missouri at their beautiful complex.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
What have you been wanting to do?
Missouri.
Exclusive on Rush TV. Well, that's cool. And then they're all going to play. But at the centers, we have Chicago. They go up and play. They stay. It's a stay and play type thing because they're all in dorms, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. The Midwest, it's not a stay and play. It's going to be a true tournament. So the teams will come and they'll stay at hotels. But the other three regions, they're all at universities.
Okay.
The players will come, stay in dorms. We feed them. All of them are come with your team because it's a preseason event to get the whole team ready.
So the Midwest one, I know they're in hotels, but they're still staying with their teams at
Correct.
the hotels.
Staying
Okay,
with their teams.
so the parents stay basically somewhere else.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Exactly.
that's a really cool experience for them.
Very good.
To stay with the team and kind of and you mentioned Rush Fest because it is a blast and we got that coming up this year. These centers are kind of a mini Rush Fest because they're fun. You're around Rush coaches and kind of learn the Rush way, and very enjoyable times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, very good. So the Rush Fest is kind of the introduction for the U13 player for 11v11 first of all, and then letting them know that hey, you're part of a awesome club, Rush Soccer. That's a global brand and a global club. So introducing them to that, and then when they go U14 and U15 to their regional center. It's a little bit more focused. The player's a little bit older, more focused on winning.
Yeah.
As where Rush Fest is more teaching and fun. A little bit of a difference, those two.
So we got these 4 centers, and so that's the reloaded one. Can anyone attend the regional centers?
Yes, we encourage everyone to.
Okay.
The way prior was players got nominated by their technical director. But, I mean, you're a coach, I'm a coach. Sometimes me as a coach, I might like that player,
right? And
you like a different player. So we thought, let's take out that ambiguity from just hearing from the technical director from each one of our Rush clubs.
Okay.
And everyone can come, and whoever performs best on the weekend, along with how they perform at their local club, because of course we do take feedback from the local club. But it just gives everyone a little bit more of a fair chance, gets more kids involved, so we can make sure that we take the best players to come for the events. Because
one of the questions that I've had when we talk about Rush Select is, I don't know if I'm at that select level, but for the centers, it doesn't matter. Like you don't have to. I mean, you can go play just to be around the Rush way environment and know like maybe I'm not at the level to go to the national team, but it's just a fun time. Right. No, 100%. We this club Rush Soccer. It's so cool. Yeah. We both work here. There's a lot of culture, and we didn't want to just affect the top player. Right. So a whole team comes. The top player, he or she is going to get the opportunity to be selected to make a team. But then the bottom player is going to come with
home with an incredible experience, being around a bunch of Rush coaches, some of the top coaches within the Rush, learn some Rush ways, meet friends, be a part of a cultural experience. So it's better overall. The best players getting taken care of, as well as the player who's still developing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And so each age group will have how many teams?
Each age group is going to have one team, one per gender. So U13, U14, U15, boys and girls will make regional teams for.
The national team now, what do they do? So they play in a couple tournaments and then they go overseas, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
So the U13, U14, U15, they do regional teams. The top performers from there will be selected to make a national team. And the national teams are U13 all the way through U18.
Okay.
Those teams play in a showcase in Arizona. It's called Presence Day Tournament. We've been doing that tournament and winning that tournament a bunch over the past years.
Last year, I think 11 teams got first place.
I know. They told us we can't come. We win too much.
Yeah. Dominated.
We just dominate, though.
Yeah.
We go to Presence Day Tournament, and then we go on trips abroad. We have a strong partner called Bravo Sports, and they set up all of our trips internationally.
And that's John.
That's John. That's who this jacket is. So he told me I have to plug that because I'm wearing his jacket. That's the secret.
Bravo Sports, only Bravo Travel, can not only can you get travel, you can borrow a coat.
Blue coats.
That's how nice he'll literally give you the coat off his back.
But no, they set up international trips. We've gone to some incredible locations: Italy, Spain. We've played Barcelona, Juventus, Real Madrid.
That's incredible. So you're playing their youth team.
Yeah, we're playing their youth teams, and they're top teams, not just some kids off the street. They're top teams, and our players get the opportunity to, put themselves up against future stars.
And do we when we go over there? I mean, are we competitive? Or
we're very competitive. Yeah. Very competitive. I think last year, I think a couple of years ago, we had our U14 boys play Juventus and tie, and that was Juventus's top U14 team in Italy. So,
and you're playing like in their stadiums and the training ground.
Exactly. You see the facility. You might meet a couple of the professional players. It's very special. And it's a good time for the players who get the opportunity to be within the national program.
I don't know if it's a fair comparison or not. People ask me, we kind of talk about the regional center, and is it a lot like ODP? Is it the same? Because you have regionals and the national team, is it the same kind? Is it the same concept? I mean, how does it compare to ODP?
It's a very similar concept. USYS oversees ODP and does that process.
Okay.
The structure of the process is very similar. You know, the local, you play with your local team, get identified, make a regional team, get identified, then maybe get an opportunity to do a national tournament. The main difference here is it's all one club, one voice. So it's a lot of similarities between all the players.
That could be a new hashtag.
You know
what? One club, one voice.
One club, one voice. Hashtag it. Hashtag it. So similar structure to ODP, but it's better because it's our club. It's all Rush branded. It's all one team, one philosophy. Unity is one of the core values, right?
It is. Yeah.
How many core values do we have?
We have 11 core values.
Oh my gosh, you're brilliant,
man.
You're brilliant.
Yeah. To go to these regional centers, is there a cost to go to the regional centers?
There is. One of the main reasons we went regional was to hopefully save some of the families some money, and they can potentially drive to their regional center. Not every single one can drive, of course, but there's a cost with the center and the regional teams, but we keep costs down as low as possible to make sure that the best players can attend.
And how do we find more information on Rush Select?
Go to rushselect.com.
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 Okay.
And then under the and under the events tab, you can see all the events we're going to. The About Rush Select kind of explains the format. Yeah. Exactly.
Awesome. Man, this has been great. You didn't get hit by anything.
I didn't get hit by anything.
We get nice couches and
mark it in the books. The first RushTv podcast.
First RushTv with Justin Miller, the man.
Josh Tyler, host extraordinaire. Oprah's got her work cut out for her.
I'm coming for you, Oprah. I see you, Oprah. No, but man, hey, thanks for taking the time. I know you got a lot going on here, so I really appreciate it. I know. So when you get back to safe travels to New York, and I'll see you. I'll see you in Arizona too.
Thank you, sir.
All right, man. Thanks for coming by.
You're the man, Josh.